Hey, this is Patrick, and in this video we're going to go over how to set up Metamask and go over just a little bit of how you actually use Metamask. Now, Metamask is a decentralized wallet and it is non-custodial. What that means is that you are 100% in charge of your own cryptocurrencies that are stored in it. If you lose your seed phrase, or if you lose your private keys, which can be exported from within the wallet, then there is no way to get them back. So you need to be extremely responsible with that seed phrase. If you don't, then you can lose anything you potentially put into it. There's no way to get it back. So that's the key thing. It's a lot of responsibility, and some people just aren't cut out for that kind of responsibility. It's available for Chrome and all the Chrome spin-offs like Brave browser, etc. And it's also available for Firefox. I'm pretty sure you can get it for Safari also, which is a Chrome spinoff. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to extensions, visit Chrome Store, at least in the Chrome version, and then we're going to search for Metamask. And what you should be looking for is a fox face. So go ahead and click on that, add to Chrome, add extension, and then once it's installed, you'll have, it's not there yet, there we go. Okay, so once it's installed, it'll show up inside this little puzzle piece. Click on the pin next to it, and now it'll show up in your toolbar. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is agree to their terms of use, which you can read, and then we're going to create a new wallet. Now, when you create a new wallet, you're going to have to put in a password, so let's go ahead and put in that password. And I understand that Metamask cannot recover this password for me. So remember, you've got to be really careful with your password and the seed phrase, which is going to be the next part. Okay, so they're going to show you a little video. You can watch that if you like. It's not really that important. Well, it is important if you don't have my video to show you what to do. So we're going to click Secure Wallet, and you're going to, it's going to say reveal the secret recovery phase. Now, this is going to be a throwaway wallet. I'm not going to use this again, so it's okay to show you what these are. We're going to copy that to the clipboard in this case, just because I want to skip through this as fast as possible, and paste it into Notepad. Now, this is not what you should do. You should never actually paste it anywhere. What you should really do is write these down on a piece of paper and store it in a safe or safety deposit box or some other safe place. Alternatively, you could put it in a password keeper like KeePass or LastPass. However, those are not foolproof, and again, the safest thing to do is to write it down, pencil and paper or pen and paper, and then store it in a safe place. In a Ziploc bag, in a fireproof box. Now, these 12 words form your wallet. You can take these 12 words and you can import them into other wallets like Metamask or a Ledger or Exodus or anything else, and it will regenerate the crypto that you already have, the accounts that you already have. So this is extremely powerful. If someone gains control over these 12 words, they own all of the crypto that you have in that wallet. So be extremely careful with these words. If you can't ever remember your password, remember the very first step was create a password. If you can't remember your password, you can just delete Metamask, remove it from your browser, reinstall it, and then recreate your wallet from scratch using these 12 words. These 12 words are that powerful. So even if you forget your password, you can restore your wallet with these 12 words. Do not lose these 12 words, and don't let anyone else have these 12 words. Anyone you don't trust, maybe your wife. So the next thing we're going to do is click Next. And now it's going to ask us to fill in a couple different ones. So it's going to want the third word. So the third word here is defense. Fourth word. And then the eighth word. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ideally, you wouldn't be copying and pasting like this because you don't copy and paste your 12 words. Okay. And then we can click Got It. And now our Metamask wallet is complete. If you haven't already done that little trick with the puzzle piece, it prompts you to do that. Now, it's got some new features that it's going to tell you about, and for right now, we're just going to click Got It. Okay, Now, by default, it's going to create one account, and it's going to be named account 1. Now, in this account is an Ethereum account. However, this account is really a public address, and this public address is also available on other networks. So, by default, Metamask comes with Ethereum and Linea networks. You can also add others, such as BNB, which is the Binance Smart Chain. You could also add Avalanche or Phantom. So I'll go ahead and add the Avalanche. Polygon is also extremely popular, so you might want to add that one too. All right. Now, the thing about all of these networks is that they have their own native coin. So in the case of Ethereum, the native coin is Ethereum, or Ether, F. In the case of the BNB Smart Chain, or Binance Smart Chain, the native coin is the BNB token, or the BNB coin. In the case of Avalanche, it's the Avalanche coin, or AVAX. In the case of the Polygon network, it's Matic. So anytime you want to send something on one of these chains, you need to have some of that native coin already. And the important thing about this is what you see down here, tokens. You can create any number of tokens that can then be received or sent from this particular address. So if we click the 3 buttons here, so we're going to click the down arrow, and then we're going to click the 3 buttons, and you can see account details. And that will show you your entire address. So this address right here, if you want to send, if you want to send yourself some Ethereum or one of those other tokens from an exchange, you would copy this address and then put it into the exchange. If you want someone to pay you, you can bring up this QR code, and someone can scan it with their own wallet, and then it'll bring up your account, and then they can send coins to that account. So any number of tokens can be contained within this particular wallet. So some of the most common ones, we're going to click import, and we're going to search for USDT Tether. And we're also going to go back, and we're going to import USDC, USD coin. Now, both of these are stable coins. The idea behind them is that they are meant to more or less stay the same price as $1. So 1 Tether equals $1 within a cent or two, most of the time. 1 USD coin equals $1 within a couple cents most of the time. So these are very, very common coins that are used for sending dollar value back and forth, or being used to trade different cryptocurrencies. Both of them started out as Ethereum tokens only. However, you can also create these exact same tokens are also found on the BNB Smart Chain. Now, when it comes to the BNB Smart Chain, it doesn't find them automatically. That's one of the downsides of Metamask. However, if someone has sent you, say USDT on the Binance Smart Chain, it'll show like a little notice right here that says, hey, we've detected a token. Would you like to import it? Click the import button, and it will automatically import your USDT. You do not need to set up your wallet with a token before you send a coin to it. So right now, by default, it created this account 1. So I'm going to rename this account. I'm going to go account details. I'm going to rename it default. Now let's say that you have a particular something that you want to invest in, and you want to keep that money separate from your other accounts, from your other cryptocurrency. You can create another account, add account. Now, it's going to ask you for a name. By default, it's going to call it account 2. But let's say that this particular one is your DeFi account. And you're going to use this account to do DeFi. And so there we go. So now what you'll notice is that each of these has different public addresses. So if you want to send anything to this, you click it, put it into the wallet or the exchange that you want to send money from to this wallet, and then you can go ahead and send it to the wallet. And remember that each one of these addresses can potentially have Ethereum in it, or Binance Smart Chain, or Avalanche, or Polygon, or Phantom, or any number of other networks. So the thing that sometimes people have a hard time understanding is this one address right here controls all of those different things. So sometimes what will happen is you'll see someone who's like, hey, you need to have USDC, give me your USDC address. And people are like, well, it's the same as my Ethereum address. That's wrong. Well, what happened? Because they add Tether to their wallet, and then they go, it's the same. Oh no, I freak out. Yes. Any token that runs on the Ethereum chain is going to be received within that same account address. If you want to have a different account, then you can do that, but you're creating that on its own. All right, let's talk about two other ways that we can get tokens. So when we click import token, we can search for it, and if it finds it, it'll be there. So for example, the Aave token. Well, let's say for a minute that you search for Aave and there's nothing there, or you're using a coin, a different chain, like say the Binance chain, and it just doesn't find the coin you're looking for on the Binance chain, or it doesn't find it on Avalanche chain. You want to add that particular version on that chain. You could, if you know the token address, paste it in here. It'll come up with the token symbol. You might have to put it in yourself, and then the number of decimals that it uses. Now, where do you find those contract addresses? There's a couple different ways. If you're participating in a pre-sale of a coin, like an ICO, then they're going to provide you with the token contract address. Alternatively, if you have Coin2Go or CoinMarketCap, you can look there. So, for example, here's Aave, and you see the contract address, and you'll notice it's showing you the Ethereum symbol. You could click that copy button, and then you can come over to Metamask, import custom token, and notice that it automatically detects that as Aave, and it automatically puts in the decimals for you. So that's one possible way you could do it. Another way you can do it is if you just click on the Metamask, add to Metamask. If you wanted to add it on the smart chain instead of on the Ethereum network, you could do that. So let's just click over to the BNB Smart Chain for a second. You'll notice the only thing we have is BNB. We're going to click over here. We're going to click the three dots. We're going to click BNB Smart Chain, add to MetaMask, and it's going to say, hey, would you like to import this token? Now come back over to MetaMask, and we notice that it's there. So that's how you can add a custom token or a token that you can't just search for within MetaMask itself. Now let's talk about orphaned coins for a moment. So let's say right now, you'll notice that I have no Ethereum in this particular wallet at all. There's nothing there. If someone sends me Tether, what'll happen is I'll get Tether shown here, and it'll also show me the approximate dollar value of that Tether. But I won't be able to send Tether unless I have some of the native token, in this case Ethereum. Same thing happens if you're on, say, the Avalanche Smart Chain. If you're on the Avalanche Smart Chain, if you receive USDT or some other token on that Avalanche Smart Chain, unless you have some Avalanche, you will not be able to send it. So that's the important thing to remember when you're talking about these coins. There is a really great website that can sometimes help people to visualize what's happening called dbank.com. So in the case of dbank.com, you can see it's basically like a blockchain explorer to show assets for these kinds of addresses. So let's just copy this one and Okay, so you can see right here that there are no assets in this particular one. And it doesn't show you any chains because there's nothing in it. So I'm going to find an address that has some coins in it, and then we'll move from there. Okay, here is another address that I found just in the Block Explorer, and what you can see here is that there's assets on several different chains. So there's $765 worth of crypto on the Phantom chain, $620 worth on the Ethereum chain, $2 on the Binance chain, $1 on whatever Milkomedia is, I have no idea, and then nothing on Pulse, Polygon, or Clayton. And it also shows you, you'll notice the breakdown, how much of it is within the wallet, and then how much of it is in something like a staked or a DeFi project. So in this case, you can see that this person has Phantom, whatever ERN is, Ethereum, USDT, LPT, BNB, OCX, cards, USDC, multi-chain, and some other stuff that I'm not familiar with. And then you can see that they're staking a certain amount of whatever cards is. I think it's something related to Cardano, probably. But anyway, that gives you an idea of that in this particular thing, you actually have one address, one account in a Metamask wallet that has assets on several different chains. And so if someone wanted to send that person more ERN, they would use the same address. If they wanted to send that person Ethereum, they would use the same address. If they wanted to send them USDT, they could use that same address. If they wanted to send them cards, same address. And on the Ethereum network, so it's all the same address. That's the really important thing to understand, is that the address that you send, that's a really important thing. The address that you're sending and receiving to all of these different tokens is the same address. Okay, so now that we've learned that, let's go back to the MetaMask wallet for a second again. And just keep in mind, you can say, let's say that what you really wanted to do is segregate out account details. I only want this to handle Ethereum. And you're saying, I only want this to handle, let's say, BNB. Okay. So now you've got it segregated. You have one wallet that's one address or account that is dedicated only to Ethereum. So let's change that back to Ethereum. And then I've got another one that is only dedicated to BNB. You can absolutely do that. In some ways, doing that is a little bit more secure, because if someone knows what your Ethereum wallet is, and they know, hey, that's Joe's wallet, they won't necessarily know that this BNB wallet belongs to you. Now, if you've got Ethereum, if someone knows your Ethereum wallet, and you're also using that for AVAX and Phantom and for any other coin, then knowing that one address, again, they could put it into dbank.com and they could see all of the crypto that is in that one wallet. So be careful about putting too much into one account. The one downside of spreading out your crypto among different accounts is that, remember, you need a certain amount of that native token, Ethereum, Avalanche, Phantom, BNB, for each of those different chains. So just be aware of that. Is if you're breaking it out this way, where Ethereum is different than BNB, that's okay, because you're going to put Ethereum into one account, you're going to put BNB into another account, you're going to put Avalanche into a third account. Not a big deal. Unless what you're trying to do is bridge your crypto. Sometimes you might have an opportunity that you want to participate in that is a Binance opportunity. It runs on BNB chain. And all you have is USDT on Ethereum. Well, in that case, what you would need to do is bridge your Ethereum-based USDT into Binance-based USDT. And you can only do that within the same account. So just be aware that that is one potential downside of segregating out. This account is only used for Ethereum, this account is only used for BNB, etc. All right, the last thing I'm going to do is going to show you just how you can do some swaps. So I'm going to change wallets here because this wallet is completely empty. I'll be right back to show you a wallet that has a little bit of funds in it so that you can actually see how you can swap and also how you can bridge. Okay, so here we have an account that has a little bit, about $275 worth of crypto on the Binance chain. And what we're going to do is we're going to click the swap button, and it will show us what we currently have in our wallet. So it says we got $275 worth of Binance, and we can exchange that to, let's say, Tether. And what we want to do now is put in a dollar amount. So let's say, or an amount of BNB. So let's say we want to swap 1 BNB for USDT. It's going to fetch us a quote, and then it'll allow us to swap that. Notice that there is an estimated gas fee, and that gas fee in BNB is really inexpensive. It's about 15 cents. It could go up to approximately 18 cents. And then it's also telling you the actual price. So 1 BNB equals $214. And it also has a countdown. That quote is good for the next, well, in this case, 3 seconds, because I've already been talking for about 20 seconds. And when that hits 0, if you click swap, it's going to say, well, the price is either higher or it's lower, and it'll either give you an error or it'll say, well, do you want to accept this new quote? And you'll notice that now the gas fee is even slightly higher than it was a second ago. So anyway, that's swapping. It's really simple. You can do it within the wallet. In my experience on the BNB chain, for very commonly swapped things like BNB, USDT, USDC, the prices that you're going to get are pretty good. They're not as good as you could get on a true decentralized exchange like PancakeSwap, but it is pretty good overall. So just for convenience sake, you know, it actually works out really well, really nicely. The other thing that is available is bridging. So let's say that I wanted to take let's say I wanted to buy some USDT here in my BSC main. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's say I want to buy, I want to exchange USDT. And let's say I want about 50 bucks worth. Okay, so you're going to let it get that quote. Go ahead and swap, and it's processing. So you'll see it like like success in just a minute or two. And you'll also see it says view the swap at BSC scan. BSC scan is the Binance version of Etherscan. So most of these and there we go. So confirmed 199, so we're good to go. Now, if you go back to your wallet, what you should see now, clicking on tokens, is that we have USDT and BNB in there. If you don't see this, there'll be a little button right here that says, would you like to automatically import? And you can just click yes. All right. So at this point now, let's say I wanted to get this from USDT Binance. If I wanted to put this into Ethereum, you can click the bridge button, and it takes you to this page that you can just click exit there, and then it's going to say, where do you want to take your tokens? So from the Binance chain, let's say we want to turn that into Avalanche chain. Select a token, USDT Tether, and that's going to change over to, you can choose 2 different types of USDT on the Avalanche. We'll just choose the regular one. And then we're going to put an amount. And so in this case, let's say I want $100. So 100 USDT, and it will calculate, and it says no bridge available. All right, so let's try Ethereum. 100, and that's going to give us $87 in return. And it's going to tell us, it should also tell us the amount of gas. The amount of gas in this case is 34 cents of BNB. Now, this is not a very good deal. The bridge on MetaMask I found is extremely poor in terms of being expensive. So I'm going to show you a different bridge that you can use that is a lot cheaper. Okay, this is the Synapse bridge, synapseprotocol.com. I will link that in the description of the video. But this is actually a much better bridge most of the time. I think it'll give us a quote even without having anything in here. So let's say we want to move USDT into USDT, and we want to go from the Ethereum, let's go to the same thing we did before. So we're going to go BNB network to Ethereum. In this case, you have to kind of know what the symbols look like, or you can click that down button and it'll show you what they are here. Okay, so BNB to Ethereum, and we're going to go 100. Wow, that's just awful, going from that direction. If you flip it around the other direction, then what you notice is there's only 3% slippage in this case. So you're going to send 100 USDT, you're going to get basically 98. So 2% difference on your money. Whereas in the case of going from the opposite direction, going from BNB to Ethereum, you're basically losing 30% of your coins. So sometimes bridging is a really great way to just go from one to the other. Other times what you're better off doing is connecting your wallet or sending your crypto to a centralized exchange if you trust them, and then sending it back on the new network. But in order for that to work, then the exchange you're sending it to has to support both of those. So for example, Binance US supports both Ethereum and Tron and Binance and Avalanche USDT. So you could send it on any one of those networks to Binance and then send it back to your wallet on the new one. The problem there is you are going through a centralized exchange that you had to do KYC on in order to do that. So just be aware of that limitation. But for the sake of argument, let's just go Ethereum to BNB. In this case, you need to connect your wallet. So click Connect Wallet. You're going to choose the wallet you have, in this case, Metamask. It's going to pop up a little screen like this, and you're going to choose the one that you want to connect. So click Next, and then click Connect. And now it will show you what you have available. So in this particular case, this wallet is currently on Binance. Let's choose Ethereum Smart Chain. Now you can see that this particular wallet has 0 on it. But if it did, it would show you how much you're getting here. And then in order to make this happen, you'd have to click Approve. It'll pop up a little sign, a little box like this, and you'll have to send a spending cap. So let's say you just want to say 100. Click Next, and then you would click Approve. In this case, I have no Ethereum in this wallet. You need about $1.13 of Ethereum to approve the bridge of USDT to USDT. And then once you've done that, this approving will change to submit or trade or swap or bridge. Click that button. Another one of these will show up. Click approve again, and then you just have to wait for it to do its thing. I will say that if you're going from Ethereum to another network, Ethereum has very high gas fees. So something to be aware of on that is if you do it at night and if you do it on weekends, you're going to have lower gas fees. All right, that is an introduction to Ethereum and Ethereum Virtual Machine like coins such as Binance Network, Avalanche Network, at least the C Network, C Chain as they call it, Phantom, Linnea, etc. All of those work on MetaMask, and again, one account can receive tokens on any of those different chains, which you may or may not want to do for your own security or ease of use, etc. All right, so for right now, I'm just going to get rid of that because I can't actually submit it. If you found this video helpful at all, I do have a Telegram group, and I will be providing a link to that Telegram group. So Join me on Telegram, and I will talk to you later.